Badoosh. Good evening, everybody. Happy Wednesday to you. I skipped a week. Last Wednesday, I did not have a live stream, and I'll tell you why in a second. Let's hold on. Not because of lack of production, I can tell you that. Hi. How's everybody doing? Welcome to the live stream tonight for behind-the-scenes production of Tales of Valhalla, the Aftermath Chronicles. Currently in production of Season 3. Seasons 1 and 2 is on YouTube. Just type in the search bar, Tales of Valhalla, and you'll find us there. I'm Ryan, basically the producer and director of said series. And we're currently wrapping up the stop-motion animation of Season 3. And we're getting really close to being done. Very close, and you can see right here, I have, what do you call it? A shot. It's an animation shot. There you go. And we have like a castle here. We got some other Heroscape figures. We got a dragon back there. We got a Kyrie here. And we got an elf flag bearer here. For those Heroscape aficionados who know Heroscape, they know that this elf figure is a flag bearer, and the flag bearers are cool. I acquired them. I acquired all 5 of them recently. Got a good deal. And was able to put this guy in for a shot. For one shot at the end of Season 3. But we'll get more into like this stuff probably in the next week or two. And yeah, like I said, week behind. Last Wednesday, the reason why I did not have a live stream for production last Wednesday wasn't because I wasn't animating. I was. It's because I just didn't have time to take a half hour. I literally did not have time to take a half hour to record and get everything set up. Because, of course, this live stream is pre-recorded because my internet is stinky, continues to be stinky. I'm praying for Starlink to come soon. And so I have to pre-record these things. And so, while this isn't live, it is recorded streaming live on Twitch and Facebook. And so, what was I going to say? My mind went blank. Anyway. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to say. And so, if you want to leave, if you want to send me a message, I do monitor my live streams, make sure they're running properly. So if you want to leave a comment, ask questions, say hi, you can leave a comment on Facebook or Twitch that we're airing this on. By all means, go ahead and I will respond. Anyway, so for last Wednesday, there were just it was just a busy previous week and weekend, and like it was on the tail end of me going through all these medical procedures. There was some family things, some friend things going on. It just production is still going though, and I will show you what I was going to show you last week. Although we are already a few sets already ahead in animating. Like some of these sets I just build up, literally do a couple shots, and then move on to the next set. So it only takes like 3 to 4 days really to do, if that. So we are actually at this present time, I think 2 scenes away from finishing everything, all the stop motion animation in Season 3. So I think in the next few weeks we will be done, which is great. Okay, move on with the video editing portion of production. But anyway, but we'll get there when we get there. Right now, tonight, I might go through a couple of these shots that I was just doing today, but I want to backtrack on what I was doing. Let's see here. What I was doing a few weeks ago, and show you where I was at. Here, let me go right here. Alright, let me pop that open. So you can see I built a animation set and 2 different sides, one jungle, one mountainous, to basically I built one set to do 2 scenes instead of building 2 separate sets to kind of save me some time, because these shots are very simple to do. Is just basically miniatures walking across. So we're just gonna look at this. You see Nice little cutaway. And so for this scene, I had Ever Scar Carver on here. You can see, and we'll go through the animation shots of what I did. Have like high ground tiles, some stuff. This is a bridge from high ground tiles. This is like a little, I think like graveyard castle hut that I just put in the scene as well. Oh, and one important thing too. This little printout is not from high ground tiles. This little cave. It is from, and if you're watching this on YouTube, it's from a on Facebook. His name is Bartus, and I'll have the link to his Thingiverse account that has this STL file. But he basically on Heroscaper's Facebook page, he talked about designing this, and I thought, ooh, this could be cool to use, and so I 3D printed it myself because the STL he gives it for free on his Thingiverse page. And so, like I said, I'll provide a link in the description below for that on YouTube. And if you're watching this like live, you can go on Heroscapers and find him and find these STLs, I think, on there. But anyway, it was a really cool setup, and it worked really well as just a different type of like cave entrance. And then right here is like half of, and I did that on purpose, but this should be a full ring, and it's a portal ring. This is from another fellow Heroscaper through Heroscaper's Facebook page, where he 3D printed these portal type rings. This is a small version. There are bigger versions, and we'll see those in future, like in the next few weeks to come. And his name is Eric Hernandez, and I also provide a link to his Thingiverse below for these STL files if you want to 3D print them. Very cool stuff to 3D print, and so want to print with these guys a little bit and give them a shout. So anytime we'll see their 3D prints, I will provide links in the description for whatever videos that I have for them. So thank you guys. I love getting some ideas and for anything Heroscape related to incorporate into Tales of Valhalla from people who love Heroscape. So that's cool. All right. Anyway, so that was this scene in here. I'm gonna look and see. Open this. So yeah, like I said, let's just have basically Evar Scar Carver walking across here and walking into the cave. That's basically it. Just a simple shot like that. And that's why, I mean, like I said, it took a few days to build this, and then like a day and a half to animate, and then this other side was just jungle, and that was for Kimoshi and company just to walk through. I just needed a final shot of Kimoshi walking away with a little bit of her minions walking out of the scene. So, and there's the white balance, and see there's a nice little shot of Evar up on, like I said, high ground, high ground, high ground. Love high ground. Oh, they just give such depth to the terrain sets now. I love using their stuff. And then again, here is, you know, the cave, and then the portal ring there. So just really nice depth. Love the depth. Love the depth. Anyway, so would you like to see some shots of these scenes? Let's do it. Let's do it. Trying to fit out my time. Okay, so open with this, and let us, I'm gonna expand this a little bit. There. All right, let's take a look at this. See, not bad, not bad. That's just starting out. It's actually hiding behind there, so I would probably start this video probably right when he starts moving, like right there, which is fine. It's all about the cuts we make. anyway. And there's no camera bump or anything, no light flicker, which is great. Looks like he's looking around and then going in the cave. Again, no camera bump, no light flicker. That is a good shot. I just need a close-up because it's always, like I said, always good to get wide, medium, and close-ups to make sure everything is a-okay. And then here is a shot with Kimoshi and some of her Maro. And then I decided to go in for a close-up here. And then have more of these guys walking by. And then again, another very subtle here in the background. This is another 3D print of high ground tiles. And this is part of their graveyard set. And of course I printed this in like a gray filament, but I painted the tree as well as this like little grass X here. And if you go if you look really close microscopically, it's a really bad paint job. I'm not great at painting at all, but you know, I just do it and it looks fine enough. And it just fits really well in this scene to where I just have a little bit of a decayed building with a tree growing around it, you know, right by Kimoshi. So really like that. It comes out really well too behind here as well. And I like painted these windows. I painted black to make it look like there's like, you know, a way inside. You know, a way to look inside the building there. I think it turned out pretty darn good. And of course the animation looking good, and then we just see Tumbakara there. Gonna be a lot of him popping in and out of scenes for sure throughout season 3. It's just a fun effect. It's a fun thing to do with him, that teleporter. And so yeah. Yeah, isn't that just like I said, again, shout out to High Ground Tiles. That just looks so good. The paint looks so good on that. Like I said, I had like a brown paint for, you know, the wood part, and then like a green paint for this hex top, and then just these on the bottom, just looking good. And that's something else we're gonna get to next week, actually. Not going to get into that now. We have plenty of material. Like I said, I'm like, so I did those scenes, and I've done another scene or two already. So let's see here. We got this might be a short live stream tonight, but let's just render through a few of these shots, and then you can see there's a little bit of camera bump there, but it should be all right. Let's see here. Did I already render this? Let me look. Yes, I did. So let's move on to another shot then. Let's see here. And we're just doing I'm just showing you a lot of basically wide shots. And this is supposed to be, excuse me, this is supposed to be like a representation of Ular. You know, his kingdom, his castles, his association with like living things like the elves do with like trees and such. In order to do that, of course, I use some like high ground. High ground has tree forts, so I've used their tree forts, and we'll see those. We'll see a couple of those shots in a second, and we'll get more in depth with this in the next week or two as well. But yeah, we are really close to being completely finished. Like I said, after like I just was animating like for this set today, which was just a couple shots, and then another small set with another couple shots, and then another teeny weeny set with like just 2 shots basically, and then one more kind of big with just a little bit of lines shot, and then that's it. So it's like 2.5 scenes, and that's it. Basically 2 scenes. Alright, that looks good. Alright. Yeah, while that renders, the 10 seconds it takes to render. Yeah, so I'm pretty certain that by the beginning of July, at the latest, is when I'm going to be done with the stop motion animation, which is kind of funny because it was, I think it was July 4th, like 2016, I think, or 2015. I have to double check that. Wait a second. I think it was July 4th or July 7th here. Wait, I'm going to check. I'm going to double check. Hold on. Give me a second. Because I was just looking this up of when I started everything. Yeah, hold on. Okay, July 10th, 2015 is when I started writing the script for season 2 and 3. So that's basically how long I've been in production since 2015. I didn't start doing stop motion animation until like January 2017, so it took a couple of years to write that script. But that's how long I've been in the zone of doing this, so it's quite some time. So yeah, it'd be quite fitting to finish the animation, you know, by around that time in July. Still have a ton of video editing to do. That was going to take probably the rest of the year into next year, but eventually everything's going to be out. It's going to be awesome. Alright, so I'll show you what I mean by high ground tiles in this next shot. And their tree forts. Now I will say, I think out of all the things that I 3D printed with high ground tiles, their tree forts were the hardest things to print out. And even that, I mean, most of it was good. I mean, everything printed out, most everything printed out fine, but there's certain types of filament that work better than others. When it comes to the wood or brown filament, don't get the actual wood filament. Get more brown. There's actually good. There's a brand T&E's, I think it's called, and it's coffee filament. That's the best to use to 3D print like the trees, and it's a good brown color. And this isn't it. This is actually what I forget what kind. This is, I think this is Paramount filament. It's some type of brown. Like khaki brown. That was also a good light wood type color that I was able to get and use. Alright. So let's look at this. Looking good. And see, you got the tree branches there. So like I printed these green, and then like I said, I painted in the brown to make these branches look brown. See, did I do this already? Yes, I did. See, it happens when I talk. I have no idea what I'm doing when I'm talking. All right. Oh, look, looks like we almost got to a half hour. After rendering this, I might render one more shot with you, and then we'll call it a night. There'll be a lot more to talk about next week, for sure. Because this production is just going. Going, going, going. Although, to be perfectly honest, I was hoping to be done about 3 months ago with all the stop motion animation, so I'm definitely overshooting my goal in that aspect. But you know what? When you get done, you get done. You aim for the eagle, bag the pheasant, don't eat the crow. As long as you don't quit. That's what matters. Okay, so one more. One more. And these are just mostly just establishing shots, just showing, you know, the depth of Allah's kingdom for like just a little bit of time. Oops, here, hold on. Alright, fair enough. See, look at that. Look at them trees, and see, I got just there's a whole bunch of high ground 3D printed stuff in this. Just, it's crazy. Yeah, hold on. And so yeah, a lot of these, and there's like, I think there's like 3 or 4 different type of tree fort designs. Very, very unique, very cool. And like I said, it's one of the toughest things to print out of their arsenal, but not impossible. And when I mean tough, I just mean everything else was pretty darn easy to print, and this was the stuff that just gave me just a little bit of difficulty when printing them. But not enough for me to quit, you know, not printing them. Stuff's amazing. And we'll go more into like building the set and other sets too, probably next week as well. I've recorded, you know, making some sets, so we will go through that as well. Okay. So with that, my goodness, we are actually okay. I'm not even going to render this because we are out of time. My goodness, time flies when I'm talking. All right, so with that, I will say, for those of you who are watching this on the Tales of Valhalla YouTube page, this is a edited down version of what is almost a half-hour live stream. If you want to see the full amount of this live stream, the full length of it, go to our Connector Productions YouTube page, which should be on the screen in front of you, or in a link in the description below. And with that, I thank you all for watching this Wednesday night. We'll see you guys next Wednesday for more behind-the-scenes production of stop-motion animation for Tales of Valhalla Season 3. I'm Ryan. Have a good night. We'll see you guys later.